But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Everyone, it's Eric DeSando. This is my vlog. Thanks for coming. Please comment below and share it if you can. I appreciate that. Make sure you check out my YouTube, or if you're on my Instagram, or if you're on my YouTube, check out my Instagram. Okay, let's talk about self-PR, self-public relations. You're a young beginner brand in, I always use Columbus, Ohio, middle of the country. My dad lives there. You're trying to grow your, just your personal brand. You know, you're trying to grow your ROI leg. Some of the things you can do other than social media stuff includes contact your local media, like your print media. I would contact first with a story of yourself, and send it to all the reporters at the 4 major networks in town: your Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, any independent affiliates, and send it directly to the email of the reporters. Even if they don't use the story yet, you're getting to know people. Send a picture and send the actual story. So, what story? So one of the things I was thinking of was, a great way to get a story started is to find somebody in town that's really less fortunate. Could be a homeless guy. There was a homeless guy in Columbus, Ohio that had the most amazing voice ever, and that became a national story. Some guy pulled up to him, and the guy was homeless with a sign, and he just started talking, and the guy was like, got his phone out and videoed the speaking as he sounded like a newscaster, and that guy ended up getting a ton of opportunities, and the guy that did the filming, I don't think he got much press out of it, but he could have. So find somebody who's homeless, or find somebody who's working, a job and walking home for 7 miles, or find something out there that you could help. Then set up a crowdfunding site about the person, go to your local media, give them the story about how you want to help these people, how you've set up a crowdfunding, get all your friends to throw in $25 or whatever, and create a story in which you're the center of the story about you helping somebody else. That could be great press for you. And of course, make sure you have your social media set up so you can go ahead and put that out so people can go on your social media to find out more information. It'll build your following, which is really important long term for you. Or something else in that genre. You need to come up with a story not about you, but about what you're doing, or what you're becoming, or what you're involved in. That's what the stories they want, because you're not famous enough for anybody to give a fuck about you. Film commissions and festivals, attending those, or contacting the film commission and finding out what's going on in your local town. We've talked about as an actor, model, but you can do this as just a humanitarian. Get out into the communities, find out what projects are going on, get involved with the local productions, and you can catch on there. Maybe that'll create some sort of local buzz about you. The festivals, of course, are great, especially for, what does that make, like short? The
48-hour film festival.
48-hour film festival, which is what is that? Is
I think they give you a topic, a theme, and you have to basically find your own crew and actors, and you have 48 hours to write, shoot, and edit and submit.
How long is it? How long is the project? How long is it supposed to be? 10 minutes or 2 minutes?
I think they give you a length, but usually it's like 2 to 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, that's
up to 10 minutes, I think.
That's awesome, and that's awesome, guys. And I think it's a great way to do it. And again, okay, so you do that. Now go out to your local press and let them know what you're doing with your team, and try to get some article on you. When I worked for Miss USA, a girl who became Miss West Hollywood, California, had a tremendous amount of press by working in that community, because she took her title and created something that was newsworthy. If that's a great point, actually. So yeah, your 10-minute piece, if you do it where it's interesting, whether you win or not, because that Miss West Hollywood didn't finish in the top 20 that year, but she created a lot of buzz on herself. She got in the local papers, local media, and so forth. Okay, local TV. So on the TV end of things, you're going to have reporters on your local stations. I'm talking about print now. I'm talking about TV, and they have to find stories. And so they're usually segment producers, and they're always looking for local market interesting things. Again, nobody's going to be interested in you in them telling them how you're going to be famous and you're doing this. It's going to be about you doing something for someone else, or you being involved in something. So you got to get active. But as soon as you are, and you have any kind of story, I want you to start sending those stories out to all the local media and try to get somebody to do a story on you. Which, when that happens, I'll show you how to take that and pump it through your social media, and it'll make you look like you're important, and people will start following you because of that. Twitter, IG, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, geo-target. So in other words, you can do a video of what you're doing and helping, and you can actually, for very little money, you can geo-target people in your local community, so geo meaning geography, and you can put that in front of influencers and people with power. And even if they don't do anything, just by watching the video, because on Facebook you can do 3-second videos. You can do 3 cents a minute videos on, you can do 3-cent watches on, so every impression only costs you 3 cents. So for $10 a day, you can reach a lot of people in Columbus, Ohio, and deliver a message to them about what you're doing. And that can create tremendous awareness of you, even though it's not an ROI thing, a return on investment. It's a return on brand. It should be called RIB. Ooh, that's good. No, ROB. It should be called ROB, return on brand, which is not a pay thing. It's way more valuable 5 years from now. Okay, so start doing that. And maybe we'll do that at some point. We'll do a vlog on how to set up a 3 cent per impression Facebook video that doesn't have a call to action, where you're just showing people what you're doing and helping people, or something in the community that makes people think and feel. Twitter, IG, all these different platforms allow you to do that too, and you can geo-target. Social mixes, chamber of commerce, city council, all those things. Get involved in your community and document that journey on all your social media, and then again go to local press with that documentation that you were involved in the saving the tree on High Street in downtown Columbus. That they want to cut a tree down, and your group goes out there and tries to stop it. Create an event out of that, push it through your social media, and then push it through your local press. Again, you're trying to PR yourself, public relations yourself. And then going to, Mako thought of the idea of workshops at your local libraries. I guess a lot of good libraries out there, and you can do workshops where you actually do a presentation in front of the room, bringing in groups of people. There's meetup groups. You can do meetup groups anywhere in the country, which again will get you influence among people. And if you were to do a meetup, let's say you do a meetup on how to create a Facebook ad. I know it sounds boring, but how to create Facebook ads. You get a lot of people that will show up for free for that, and then you can film that and you can put that up and show people that you're helping your community. And eventually people will get to know you as something, because everybody has some skill, and the public relations is to amplify that out where people get to know you for that particular skill. Whether you're Mako, who's a filmmaker, or me, who's an agency owner and brand maker, you got to be known. Like, I want people to say, "Oh, Eric DeSando, he's a brand maker." And to do that, you need public relations. Okay, and since you either A, can't afford it, or B, live in the market where it's not going to make any sense to buy it, you want to do a lot of this yourself. Okay, and then a couple more things. Hosting events. I was listening to Scooter Braun. Scooter Braun's the great music manager for Justin Bieber, Adriana Grande, and many other stars, okay? How did he start? He started promoting parties in Atlanta, Georgia. And because he promoted parties, people that from music came to his parties. And when they came to his parties, he got to meet them. And on some of the parties, he would book music for. And so he got to meet like Jermaine Jackson, Jermaine, whatever. Guys that are big players in that space. Ludacris and Ludacris's manager, and all these players in Atlanta. And that's what led him into working for Jermaine, who taught him the business in 2 years. And then he went on YouTube and found Justin Bieber.
Dupree.
What's his name?
Jermaine Dupree.
Jermaine Dupree, which gave him a break, man. 20-year-old Jewish kid, and the story about Scooter, I think, is so amazing. The way he took a serious approach to party promoting, not doing drugs, not chasing girls, but staying focused on that business. Showed a guy like Jermaine Dupree that this is a serious kid who's going to be a player, and he then hired him to work for him for 2 years, and he learned the music business. And that led to his career, which he's worth $100 million. He just opened up a place called Rumble out here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's a boxing place. He's now diversifying into other businesses. He realizing that the music business is not a business that's going to last in the space he's in. Music managers are going to have trouble because musicians are going to go directly to source. They don't need the middleman anymore. And so he's now going out and doing more different things. Anyway, the point is, get involved with events. hosting events can get you to meet the people that can change your life. And then a couple more things. Website, having a website where like if you have a good website, you can go ahead and do things like in your local community, you can talk about different events going on and build a vlog and a blog about events, so people will start to come to your blog to find out what's hot on Friday night. That, by the way, I know people have done this, and it's incredible the power they have in the town once they build it, because it's work. You got to figure out what's going on everywhere, and you got to list it and organize it, and then have links. And by the way, those links, when people buy tickets, you get paid on them, you can get commission and affiliates, but more importantly, you're going to meet all the best people in town, and you'll become somebody because of that. And then Facebook groups, all those groups, LinkedIn groups, creating groups that you create and you populate will lead to opportunities down the road, and public relations where people know you for something. So, no excuses living in Columbus or Toledo or freaking Royalston, Massachusetts, where I grew up, which has got 900 people, or anywhere. You can do this anywhere. Stop complaining, start doing, and start kicking ass. I'll talk to you guys soon.